Hello, everybody. All right, so we're going to start lesson 11.1, and we're going to talk about model perimeter. And in this lesson, we're on page 453 of the third grade textbook. So basically, the question that you should be able to answer at the end of this is, how can you find perimeter? So what is perimeter? Perimeter is the distance around a figure. So here's some materials that we can use. We can use a geoboard, some rubber bands to model perimeter. We can also use dot paper. Okay? So dot paper would work just the same as the geoboard. So what we have to do is make a rectangle on the geoboard that is 3 units on two sides and 2 units on the other side. So 3 units on two sides, 2 units on the other two sides. In the picture, this is showing me 1 unit. So we want 3 units. So let's look at our paper here. Our geoboard. And so we have, this is 1, 2, 3. So let's look at that. 1, 2, 3. And then we want 2 on another side. So 1, 2. Okay, so let's see if we've got that. Do we have 3 units on one side? 1, 2, 3. Then we have 1, 2 on this side. So that would be what they're asking us to do. So what does that look like on our dot paper? Well, here they're showing us 1 unit. So let's just keep going down. That's 2 units and 3 units. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 on the opposite, on another side. Okay, so 1, 2, then back up the same 3 and over 2. Okay, so we've made a 3 by 2 rectangle. So now write the length next to each side of the rectangle. Okay, I did 2 of them. The opposite side has to match. They're equal. And so this side is also 3. Okay. So add the number of units on each side. So if I was doing this on the geoboard, I would say, okay, I want to walk around this outside, okay, the perimeter. I want to go around the outside. So this is 1, 2, 3. Then I turn and go 4, 5. Go back up, 6, 7, 8. Turn left, 9, 10. And then I'd be back where I started, okay, here. So 10. So how did they get that? Or how did I get that? Basically, I just added all the sides. Okay. So looking at our rectangle that we drew, we have 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. And then you can combine add-ins to make it just a little easier to do. 2 plus 3, 5. And 2 plus 3, 5. And 5 and 5 is 10. So 10 units. So on the geoboard, there was 10 units. So remember, I counted all the way around. I walked around it. And then we can also do it just by putting the length of each side. So here I went 1, 2. Here I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I don't have to count by ones to find the perimeter. I can just count each side. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So 3 plus 3 is 6. And then there's 2 here and 2 on this side. So 2 and 2 is 4, plus 6, 10. All right. So how would the perimeter how would the perimeter of the rectangle change if the length of two of the sides was 4 units instead of 3 units? Okay, well, let's do that. Let's change it. So right now this is 6, right? 10, right? We got 3 by 2. They're saying now instead of 3 by 2, let's make it 4 by 2. So how did that change? It's longer, right? Okay. Or it would be wider, depending on how you orientate it. Okay, so, but I have 4 on one side, 4 on this side, and then we still have 2 on the other 2. So how did it change? Well, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, 4 on this side. That's 8, right? 9, 10, 11, 12. So by increasing one of the sides by 1, each of those two sides by 1, I increased the perimeter by a total of 2. So how would the perimeter of the rectangle change? It would increase by a total of 2 units. One unit is added to 2 of the sides. So we had to write an explanation of that. What did I do? I just basically, we're increasing it by a total of 2 units. 1 unit was being added to 2 of the sides. Okay, the other 2 sides weren't touched. And so all we're doing is adding 1 on each side. So just 1 extra unit on each. So 1 plus 1, 2. So we're going from a total of 10 units to a total of 12 units. So that's just how I would change. All right, now, 1. Describe how you would find the perimeter of a rectangle that is 5 units wide and 6 units long. Okay, so it's a rectangle. That scale's a little off on that one. We're going to go ahead and call that 5. We'll call this 6. So 6 units on 2 of the sides and 5 units on the other 2 sides. So describe how you would find the perimeter. How do we find the perimeter? I would add all 4 sides. P, standing for perimeter, equals 6 plus 5, 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. The other 2 sides, 6 plus 5 is 11. So it would be 22 units. 11 plus 11 is 22, right? 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 10 is 2 tens. 22. All right, number 2. A rectangle has 2 pairs of sides of equal length. Explain how you can find the unknown length of 2 sides when the length of one side is 4 units and the perimeter is 14 units. Okay. So they're telling us that 2 of the sides are 4 units, right? And the total all the way around it is 14. Well, we know that these 2 sides have to be equal because it's a rectangle. Okay, so the opposite sides in a rectangle are equal. So these two sides are equal to each other, these two sides. So when I add all four sides, it has to come up to 14. Well, how much is missing then? Or how much is left to share with the other two sides? Well, let's see. The two known sides have a perimeter of 8 units. If the total perimeter is 14 units, I can subtract 8 from 14 to get 6 units left. Okay, so 14 take away 8. Where did I get 8? 4 plus 4 is 8, leaving me 6. Now, these two have to add up to 6. So what two numbers added together give us 6? Well, that's the same thing as saying divide 6 by 2 to get 3 for the missing links. Four plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Okay, so the two known sides have a perimeter, have a total, not perimeter, have a total of 8 units. If the total perimeter is 14 units, I can subtract 8 from 14 to get 6 units. Divide the 6 by 2 to get 3 for the missing links or missing sides. Okay, so number 3. Jill says that finding the perimeter of a figure with all sides of equal length is easier than finding the perimeter of other figures. Do you agree? In theory, yes. Okay, if all sides are equal, we can multiply, right? So if I have a triangle with all sides 3, I can go 3 times 3. If I have a pentagon, which is 5 sides, if they're all like 5 inches, I can just go 5 times 5. I don't have to add 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. If I have a decagon, that's 10-sided figures, and let's say they all have side lengths of 10 inches. Well, it'd be quicker just to go 10 times 10, which is 100. So yeah, because you can multiply that length by the number of sides, rather than adding each number. Okay. All right. Making connections. So you can also use grid paper to find the perimeter of figures by counting the number of units on each side. Now start at the arrow and trace the perimeter. Begin counting with 1 and continue counting each unit around the figure until you have counted each unit. All right, so they're saying let's start here. Okay, we're going to stop here when we come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Hopefully you're with me. Okay. So all I did was traced the dashed lines, and now I'm at 6. Okay, I'm going to go down now. 7, 8, 9, turn left. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, go up. 15, 16, and then I'm back where I started. So it took us 16 units to go all the way around the outside. So the perimeter is 16 units. All right, how about this one? Again, here's where we're going to start. You could start anywhere, okay? I could start right here. I could start in this corner. I could start right here. It doesn't matter as long as you remember where you started, okay? Sometimes if you don't put numbers and you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes you get confused as, oh, which one did I start with? And you wind up counting something twice, and you'll wind up with the wrong perimeter. Okay, so this is a good idea, especially if we can write on something to put the arrow to indicate where you're starting, or even a dot. Okay, so you know not to count that side again. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're back where we started. So 14 units. Sometimes students will forget every little side, okay? This, when it changes direction and goes up, that counts as part of the figure. So you got to count going up and then going over this way. That's also 1. So that has to be counted back up 1, okay? So everything that is 1 unit has to be counted. All right, so we're going to practice that some more. So find the perimeter of the figure. Each unit is 1 centimeter. Okay, so we might as well keep going with what they are teaching us. Okay, so let's draw the arrow there. And so I'm going to start here. I'm going to call that 1, 2, 3, 4. All we're doing is putting numbers on each of the sides. We're counting each unit. Okay. I came up with 12. So 12 centimeters. They told us each of these distances is 1 centimeter. All right, how about this one, number 2? Okay, I'm going to start down here on this bottom one. Okay, so I'm going to call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, going down, 15, 16. 16 centimeters. Okay, number 3. I'm going to start over here this time. I told you it doesn't matter where you start. 1, 2, 3. In fact, you can start somewhere else if you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 centimeters. Now this one would have been just as easy to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 3 units on this side, 3 units on that side. There's 1, 2, 3 units on this side, 3 units on that side. And just said 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so when you have regular shapes like rectangles and squares, or regular pentagons are shapes with 3 or more sides closed that have equal sides. Those are regular pentagons. Regular polygons. Those are easy just to add up to one of the sides and multiply. Okay, so like this one here, rather than counting the whole thing, I know that this side is 2 and this side is 2 because it's a rectangle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this side is 7 units, this side has to be 7 units because a rectangle has to have 2 pairs of sides that are equal in length. All right, so then we can just add them. Perimeter would be 2 plus 7 plus 2 plus 7. Well, 2 plus 7 is 9. So 2 of the sides each add up to 9. 9 and 9 is 18. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use that, put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The point is to get the measurements right. All right, number 5. A figure with 4 sides that measure 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and 1 centimeter. Okay, those are the sides, right? So to find perimeter, we just have to add the units. 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1. Well, 6 and 4 is 10, and 5 and 1 is 6. 10 plus 6, 16. 16 centimeters. Number 6. A figure with 2 sides that measure 10 inches, 1 side that measures 8 inches, and 1 side that measures 4 inches. Okay, so here, let's make sure we don't miss that. 2 sides that are 10. 1 side that's 8, 1 side that's 4. So 2 sides that are 10. So 10 plus 10. 1 side that's 8. And 1 side that's 4. All right, so 10 and 10 is 20. And 8 and 4 is 12. What's 20 plus 12? Well, 2 and 0 ones is 2. 2 tens plus 1 10 is 3 tens. So the perimeter of that would be 32 inches. If you came up with 22 inches, you left off one of the sides of 10. All right, number 7. Explain how to find the length of each side of a triangle with sides of equal length and a perimeter of 27 inches. Well, so remember we were talking about something that has equal sides we can multiply? Well, we know a triangle has 3 sides, so 3 times the length of the side has to be 27. 3 times what is 27? Or we could say 27 divided by 3 is what? Well, okay, so ideally we know our 3's. I know 3 times 10 is 30. So 3 times 10 is too big. If I subtract 3 from 30, that would give me 27. So 3 times 9. But if I didn't know that, I could just skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, because we should be able to count by 3's. 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. How many times did I count the 3's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Explain how to find the length of each side of a triangle. Divide the perimeter 27 by 3, because all sides have the same length. Number 8. Louisa drew a rectangle with a perimeter of 18 centimeters. Select the rectangles that Louisa could have drawn mark all that apply, and use the grid to help you. So 9 centimeters long, 2 centimeters wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 2. Okay, does that add up to 18? Well, 9 and 2 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. Oh no. No, A's no won't work. How about 6 by 3? 6 by 3. Let me use something different here. So we're going to go down 3 and over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take away the 9 by 2s because those didn't work. I've now drawn a 6 by 3. Okay. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 6, 18. All right, so that one does add up to 18. And we can go 6 plus 3 plus 6 plus 3. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay. 4 centimeters long, 4 centimeters wide. Well, that's just a square, right? Four by 4. That means all sides are 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Well, that's not 18, so no. 5 centimeters long, 4 centimeters wide. So in that case, we go 5 plus 4, and then the opposite sides are also 5 plus 4. What's 5 plus 4? 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 9 and 9 is 18. So 5 and 4 would work. How about 7 and 2? 7 plus 2 plus 7 plus 2. What's 7 plus 2? 9. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 and 9 is 18. So do you notice something about these? When these added up to half of the perimeter, they equaled 18. Half of 18 is 9. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. How about the ones that didn't work? 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Okay, so the 4 plus 4 didn't have a total of 9. So halfway around the rectangle had to have a total of 9 in order to have a perimeter of 18. Because remember, if two sides add up to 9, the other two sides have the same measurement. Okay. All right, number 9. Kevin is solving perimeter problems. He counts the units and says that the perimeter of this figure is 18 units. This is Kevin's solution. Find Kevin's error. Okay. So he started, we'll say right here. Okay. So he called that 1. Then 2. Then 3. This should be 4. So I see a mistake right here. Okay, he missed that one. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So he also missed that one. So he came up with 18 units as his perimeter, when in fact it should have been 20. So what was his error? Kevin skipped two units. He skipped the side between 3 and 4 and between 16 and 17. So his total perimeter was short by 2 units. So that's as simple as perimeter is. We just have to know the distance around the outside of the figure. Okay, we'll learn about the stuff inside in another lesson. Okay, so all we're doing with perimeter is the distance around the figure, all the way around. Okay, so in our next lesson, we're going to continue to work on finding perimeter. So until then, may the numbers always be in your favor.